I'm having trouble getting audio.
Tommy McCoy.
Okay.
Oh, we got a little delay there. I'll be glad to send you her information.
Okay, that'd be great.
Whatever, so you can talk to her.
Well, I'm in contact with Claude Dillard all the time, but I did not know her.
Okay.
Is that the Dutcher group?
Yeah, one of the
Legacy.
bottom, yeah.
Yeah,
So also, where did we go here? Oh, it's on the next page. Best place to live in Georgia in a golf community, Sky Valley Country Club. It was close, but Sky Valley won that, so that is really good.
What is that one again?
Best place to live in Georgia in a golf community.
Wow.
Okay, so like I said, Sharon, Sharon sent out some stuff and we got a ton of people write us back in terms of putting, their right thing down and what they've done and, so it's exciting. Savannah won for best city to go to every
great
year.
job, Sharon.
Every year.
Thank you.
So that's what we do. We send this again out. We tally up everything in December. And then we announce it in January. So this was done at the show last week and certainly all to our members and we have them, media members. And we have partners and we have them, send it out to different people. And so we will be able to use these since I'm, doing stuff for just you today. We'll be able to use this again, favorite part 3 and favorite place, and we certainly want to use the favorite place to live in a golf community. And we will talk about that as the year goes on. So again, here's the 2, if anybody wants to look at them, you can pass them around, but I need them back. So it's very hard to get to.
I assume there's a lot of competition for that.
A lot of competition. We've got over 14,000 people write in, and that's, so we take this stuff, we get them and we take them and we go to the different, whatever I'm trying to say, categories, and then we total them, in December and come out with them in January, as I said. So it's exciting to see you guys, best golf community, that can live in, and that's over Reynolds and, different places. It's just again who we're hitting, okay? Doesn't mean that most people don't know about Sky Valley versus most people know about Reynolds or any other place, but that's okay. We're trying to promote Sky Valley, so.
Now, do we have that on our website?
We're
gonna put that-
Just
got it, okay.
So we can share it.
Because I want to share that with
Yeah.
Far away.
Because in place, we've got lots of it.
Yeah, we'll
do this type of stuff.
Yeah, and that's a combination of what we want to do, with CJ and Explore Reddit. So, we're excited about that. Let me stop right there because I don't think I put anything. I think I told you that I had met with WSB, and because of CJ and Nelson came through with the TV thing we did. So I know I told you all this last time, they invited me to come down to WSB, we talked about, they got a new program they're starting called Destinations. Something Destinations, mine just went blank. And it's gonna be a streaming service where they're gonna do a 30-minute show. And I'm excited about that. Well, they want my help. They want me to act as an agency for them. And so we are going to send this out to everybody. And so it's a cost. So you can buy 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, minimum of 3 months. It's very well priced, and WSB is the largest TV station in the Southeast. Okay? And they do quite a bit, and they're gonna do a lot of stuff. So we're gonna take it on as an agency type thing, which really means we're gonna be more involved with what they wanna do. They said too, if my company, gets anybody, and it can get anybody, and it doesn't have to be just in Georgia, it could be Walt Disney World, it could be French Lick Resort in Indiana, it could be anywhere. Anybody that wants to be a part of this can be a part of this. So we are putting together a plan of action. They're sending us a template that's gonna just basically talk about the program. It will come with a link that you can see, about a 7-minute video, what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be certainly, as you would think, very professionally done. So this is open to anybody. But we will showcase that, you know, WSB came to us, which is very, exciting, to help them do this. And so I'll be able to let y'all know more about this now that we've agreed to do this with WSB. So it's a little more stuff that I have to do, which is fine, and not just be a salesperson, but they also say that we, do something with, let's just say, I wanna buy something or whatever. So they say I could be a part of it, or if I do something in Savannah, I could be a part of it. So I'm trying to get my name and, things out there to help what all we do. So we will share this with everybody I know, this form that you'll get. It's not a form, it's just a email that will come out and show you everything that we're doing. That will just, you know, make us look a little bigger, okay? The big station came to us and said, hey, we want you to help us do this. I don't mean other people aren't selling this, because they are, but, so we're very excited about this. And I've got another gentleman, Mike May, who y'all met when we brought up the four guys. Mike's a great guy. He's the one that does most of the writing. He's gonna help us. He's a big TV guy, has done a lot of stuff. So we're excited about just the relationship. We don't know how fast this is gonna move, but, we'll see. So I'm excited about that, and certainly, we'll let CJ know, you know, what we're doing, because we'll continue to let them be a part of what we're.
So,
Yes, sir.
do we have to pay something to get the mention, or?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, you'll get a check now or tomorrow.
Later.
From you. You just pay for it, and you know. So, yes, and so y'all get all the information, all the stuff, so you can look at it. You don't have to. It really is a heck of a deal for what they're gonna do. They're promoting it, and, that should come fairly soon, as early as probably next week, that you'll be able to see everything. Okay, as I mentioned last time, this year, Mayor, you, were around for the last couple of times, but I had mentioned this year, I'm really gonna focus on a lot of real estate. Sky Valley. Okay, I know that's our top goal here, besides letting people know about Sky Valley. So, been back and forth with some different people, had some different things in the media over the years, but I'm like, okay, well, what can we do to really secure some people working for us? In terms of getting some real estate. So, Joey Johnson, who was here with the four guys, okay, does Southern Fairways magazine, okay. His wife is, he lives down in Mobile, okay, down on Panhandle. Where's she at? His wife is Lisa Johnson, okay, she works for World Impact Real Estate. Here she is right down here. So I came up with the idea of, how can we get Lisa to help us promote Sky Valley? So they live on the Panhandle, okay? We have residents that live up here that go down to Florida during the winters and come back up here, and how can we, get more people from Florida? So I don't know where everybody lives that goes into Florida. I know a few people, where they go and have second homes. So I talked to Joey, and been talking to Joey, for the last few months, and so I actually saw him last week, and so, we're gonna come up with a deal between them and Sky Valley, that they're gonna promote Sky Valley. We're going to help promote the Panhandle, okay, so it's gonna be a vice versa. No money, there's nothing involved, so we don't have to, worry about that, certainly, but he's gonna promote Sky Valley in the magazine, other things he does. Lisa is gonna help us promote Sky Valley with her contacts along the Panhandle, because she's in Alabama, she can do some stuff in Florida, but she knows, and so we wanna be able to showcase Sky Valley any and everywhere we can. Now, first thing I would like to do is suggest so y'all can ask the questions and we come up with a deal that they can understand. And do a talk, but I would like to invite them both to come up
Yes.
sometime soon, okay, the sooner the better. I've like I said, just got some outlines that he'd like to do. And put them up for a couple of days. It can be tied into this meeting, next month, March, sooner the better. Or whenever we can, they're fairly flexible, so, I mean, we could get them up here. Again, show them everything. Lisa's never been here. Joey said he'd live here. Oh, he did. He was part of the board, guys. Great guy.
Where's Hayes?
He's in Mobile, right outside of Mobile, Alabama, so.
Well, I mean, I didn't go to school.
Yeah.
Where Joe? No, where he can know.
I mean, his college. I think we were talking.
Oh, okay, no, I don't know, I really
Okay.
don't, but I can ask, we'll have an answer before we quit this. The mayor wants to. I'm gonna FaceTime you right now, this is it. I'm gonna FaceTime the mayor, see, the mayor wants to know where it's going. Anyway, this is some of the things I wanna start doing, and this is where we're gonna have some boots on the ground helping us in different places, so, and it could be as much as we just get people up here, to stay with you guys. They pay for you, they come up, they see Sky Valley, we heard about Sky Valley, we're coming up, here's how you get in touch with you guys to do, there, and so, but now we're gonna actually have some things done where Lisa's gonna help us, but I'm not gonna say a whole lot because I want Joey and Lisa to talk it over, and then nothing's in stone until all of us agree to everything. Okay, so like I said, no cost. They're gonna want some photographs and, stuff like that that they can put in other things, not just Southern Fairway. But we can talk and where and today, but we can certainly, here's his name, so that's Joey.
Yeah. Not good.
Doug, tell me the subscriptions for the Golf Central and the golf.
Those are the same
both
magazine,
stuff,
yes,
okay.
ma'am. So
The Golf Central.
they reach about 80,000 people,
Okay.
both print and online.
Okay,
Okay, it's a monthly magazine. That's where you've seen most of it. We have they've been in business 22 years. They do a fantastic job here in the Southeast, in terms of who they reach.
is that mostly who they reach in
Yes, ma'am.
Southeast?
They go to other places, but, we help them and then we send it out to media people, we send it out to companies.
Right.
So, very nice.
When I do my state of the city address, I talk about marketing, so this
Sure.
would be great for me.
Well, always let me know if you need anything, I'll be glad to fill you in, whatever.
I will have you on it with your face.
No, okay, thank you very much.
I guess in terms of their visit,
Yeah.
What, like my past visits, how would we treat this visit? What?
It's a marketing, it's definitely a marketing
Sure,
visit, so
absolutely.
you guys, last month, where you gonna do this extra money,
Yeah.
things like this are gonna pop up.
What do you want to do with your
100%.
What you did, yes, you're asking me if I want more money, I'm like, no, I don't, I'm fine.
Yeah. But I think it's a great idea.
So what happened?
The itinerary they have, setting it up and so on.
No, I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
And trust me, Joey is he loves Sky Valley, and again, I told y'all this before, because I talk to a lot of media people, certainly the ones that have been here. And they can't say enough, I know y'all have really heard
We
of it.
get the
They can't say enough about
club involved as
how-
far as dinners and all
Yeah.
that stuff, yeah.
how wonderful everybody is up here at Sky Valley.
Yeah.
Now Lisa has not visited here before.
At least it's not been,
Okay,
no.
okay, great, got it.
But that goes a long way
Oh,
for these media people, because they do this, they go around to these
yeah.
fan trips and go to other places, and when they come back and tell me that, how much they love, Sky Valley, so. Anyway, I think this would be something, this is a ongoing type thing as long as we do, because we just want to hey, not South Panhandle people, you're looking for another place to go, which you come to Sky Valley and versus, hey, people in Sky Valley, you know, go down, there's not a certain area, but not certain. We gotta be in Mobile, you gotta be in Tallahassee or whatever.
Sure.
So it's just gonna be something, I think it's really something we can grow on, all right? And then I've got some other ideas from other cities, but I'd like to get this one off the ground first.
Committee, any questions on that at all? Your group thinks it's a good idea, especially that area, the heart of the summer coming up here, and it fits in with our
Everybody loves
market.
that.
Yes.
Well, and Jason speaks the language.
Jason.
Jason will host, because they'll understand Jason.
Yeah.
But I've met Lee. Really good thing. I'll keep going because I don't want to take up all the time here. All right, so over the last month, whatever we're doing, we're getting it out there because we're getting a lot of inquiries to come to Georgia, okay? So it's certainly not just Sky Valley, but what we're doing, and I met with Brian Weiss, who was here also out of 04, had to leave early.
Yes.
But he is really big with golftrips.com, it's his company. And so we're gonna do some more things to that, but we're getting a lot of inquiries. Actually, I sent Ryan a few, Ryan, I apologize, I know a couple of them probably, but I guess he dumped them again on me and I don't keep up with it.
Yeah, I got hold of most of them and set them up, so.
Okay, great, well, there you go. So we've gotten quite a few, and I had one guy, was it yesterday I sent you that? The one golfer, I think, and he wanted to come up and stay and play 3 days, and I'm like, so I wrote him, I said, well, one person's not great, but he's gonna go back and tell somebody about Sky Valley, you know? So that's, so we want people coming up here, so that's growing. PGA show, Big Head, talked to a lot of different media people about, Sky Valley, we met with quite a few. There we go, and again, everybody, nice and helpful, everybody was and want to come back. So we talked to some new people, some big people who would love to come, up here. So this is again, one of the best things we can do as a marketing team is actually come up here, have them come up here, see it, touch it, feel it. Know the area, not just golf course, okay? So, they'll go back and tell others and write about it and say whatever they need to do, so. And then social media, it's really picking up, and so I'm gonna probably have to have somebody, part-time to help me do this. So we're trying to grow a little more, with some different things that I'm just wanna do, like I took the plunge with this thing with WSP, because it is, some stuff where I have to keep on top of, the financial stuff, but it's just stuff we need to do in order to grow and what we're doing for you guys. So I think that's it there, Sharon. Can you scroll that down just there?
That was it, yeah,
Oh, that was it. Okay. So,
just the articles.
great. We're still doing that sponsored thing that we do with Golf and Media. Met with him at the show, on the top of his newsletter. So I don't need to show you all that every month, but so. Good.
Good. I make a few comments on your, you sent us a note on statistics for the National Foundation.
Yeah.
The status
Yeah.
of golf. Just
How about
making
that?
good
That's
progress.
pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. That's stuff we love to hear. National Golf
Yeah.
Foundation is
Yeah.
the leading golf information, company in the country. And they do a great job. And so we actually got it before the show last week. And so I want to share it with everybody. And so the numbers are just 7 years in a row that golf is going through the roof and all the things that pertain to golf. So,
Golf courses are stopping and closing. So.
Oh, yeah. I'll say sure.
Overbuilt with.
Yes, sir. No, that's definitely still doing some building, different places.
Mhm.
But the growth is good. And And so we get that. That one was very, I mean, everything was positive about, and not just, you know, in the southeast or the northeast or whatever, it's the whole country. So, very excited about that, so certainly wanted to share it with y'all. I know some of y'all did not get that, because I don't have everybody's email again, so I need to make sure to get yours.
Be on the committee, when Karen sent the packet.
Okay, thank you. All right. No,
Very good.
Oh, hey,
Just
you're speaking to the
Oh,
Thank you.
choir.
Any questions? Good questions. Very good. Thank you for the very good report. Next item would be the Scott Valley Visitor Fact Sheet. Sharon, would you like to put it up there? We worked on this a little bit. I think we're ready for final approval. And I know we put a lot of effort into it. See if there are any other changes to go out.
We reworded some things to kind of give it a little more pop. Jim helped with that. We still have, oh,
Yeah.
I'm on screen share, but y'all aren't. We'll see if we can find y'all. Computer's crazy. Well, we're frozen. I'm here. I'm fine. Everything's good over here. But the only thing we added, we
Yeah.
did the additional things. The only thing that was added was a community member asked us to add, or if it would be beneficial to add worship opportunities. So at the very bottom of the page where we had education, we just added the two worship
You can pass
entities
it
that we
around.
have.
See, here it is. Look at it. I think it's very good what we've done here. That's good. And see the last page, someone suggested adding the religious. And this would change. The document would change with time. Pictures can change and so forth.
Yeah, but it's ready to be distributed to like, in the folders, we give new residents, visitors. Paul and Trudy came by and got some that they were taking to some
Yeah.
potential friends that they wanted to invite this way. And they added it in gift bags. So just different information. We can probably get some and
Very good.
have there at the timeshare office.
We can get some timeshares, obviously Doug will have them, and it's going out, an excellent way of handing out things, quick reference,
Okay,
yes,
but this is the last one, so I guess I need to.
yeah,
Okay.
we just added on the last page.
Oh, yeah, Holly has it.
Do we need a new photo, we have to get an updated photo on it, it looks like the timeshares, not to the chapel.
I don't know what happened. I guess the screen's frozen, but it's all good on my end. I still have the guys up where I can see them.
Hello, Paul.
Good morning.
There he is.
There he is.
Good morning.
Good morning, sorry, yeah. You're moving up there and all, so I'm saying, okay, I hope he's okay.
Okay, did you want to talk about the placer?
Yes, okay, the next item on is Placer, Placer Company. As you recall, last time, Placer Company, essentially, when it all gets down to it, Placer Company can identify visits by cell phone. And it's interesting, what I wanted to bring it out is how, okay, I love the idea, but how do we use it? Is it something that can we use or not? So we spend money and get this data and we don't use it, it's sort of a waste. I don't know if we're prepared at this point to use it, because I know my own company, we do a lot of target marketing going around, love the idea. But then we were at the meeting, meeting, City Hall meeting on special projects. And it was brought up, well, we'd like to know where the visitors are coming from, or how many we have visited. I think Jason, you had, how many people are actually visiting for Fall Fest? And we give it away, 300-400, the best we can. We don't have. So that was possible idea, maybe we could use it, much target
I
marketing.
think Aspen's, I think it would justify our marketing efforts.
Yes.
doesn't Fort Raven already use Placer?
No, they don't use
Sorry,
it
my
yet.
hearing is-
Well, I was thinking that Fort Raven had an account with Placer that we could maybe
Well,
just
that's
log
what we
in.
want to discuss.
Yeah.
They do not have an account yet. They've done one demonstration and they plan to do one for the whole Forward Raven Marketing Committee that I attend once a month. But they had mentioned that the cost would be for the whole county and that they may ask us to buy in. CJ then sent me a private email and said that since we give them our complete 8%, she would not ask Sky Valley for that.
Okay.
We would,
Bingo.
every city would have a seat, would be able to log in. So, and that would be something that we could use off of their purchase if it goes through. They haven't decided. 'Cause
Not
I
all the
believe,
cities in Raven County participate in Forward Raven, correct?
Tallulah Falls does not attend visits.
That's
Now, she promotes them because
Yeah.
it's part of Raven County,
right.
but they don't attend, any of our marketing.
They don't give a portion of their,
I'm not sure about that.
I think there's one or two cities that do not. Okay.
Do they spend it themselves?
There's a way to get around it, yes.
So,
So that would be discussed probably at the next meeting.
what is the revenues that we get from us, I guess, for the, motel tax, you know what that is?
Right.
How much are we contributing?
It's, well, it changed. It was 40%, we were at 5%, but now they're going to 8%. It's like 43% they get.
I'm not sure.
But
If you
then we
go
talk
with
about-
dollar amounts, that's what
The
I,
what?
dollar amounts.
Oh, it was, I mean, I had to go to the account, we cut them a check last year for $40-some thousand.
Yeah,
Wow.
Cause we took in approximately $100,000.
Okay,
So they got like $44,000, and then we put the difference of that.
because we raised the hotel tax to 8%.
okay,
So what we do is we pay them once a year for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually pay that, I think we're gonna pay that around March or April. And, cause we sign a contract with them every year and we pay them, but, I can tally up how much we took in by next meeting. To give you an idea how much we'll pay for it, but, we've been taking in about $100,000 a year, plus or minus in hotel.
so 8% of 100,000?
No, we 8%, but they
That's
get,
how much they're taxed.
Yeah,
if you, $100 a night, you pay an $8 tax.
okay,
They don't get the full 8%, they get, they get 43%
of that,
of what we take in
4,000?
of that 8%.
4,000?
If,
40.
40.
40? Ah.
we took in, for some,
Oh,
we
that's
took
a number, that's a
in,
big number.
we took when all the rentals,
Yes,
when all the rentals are tallied up from January 1 to December 31st. And I'll just give you, 23 numbers, cause that's the last, cause we cut them a check in 24 based on those numbers. But it was right at $100,000 we took in at 8%. Every hotel, and every house that got rented over the course,
About timeshare.
yeah,
yeah. And so the agreement was they get 43, I think it's 43.5% of that.
Well, it's not agreement, it's state law.
Yeah, but the agreement, what we give them, they get the max, because we recognize Fort Raven as an economic development entity, they get.
One of my co-directors is a crazy conspiracy theorist who regularly utters disgusting garbage.
That goes towards the general fund, but also can go towards
Brick and mortar.
building pickleball courts,
Yeah.
parks.
But
things like
didn't we
that.
discuss not giving them the maximum amount for next year?
Well, that'll be a council decision,
Yeah.
on how we do that, but,
Well, it's not mandatory, but I was gonna say that the Placer AI.
Yeah.
For us, I believe was $6,000.
6,000, yes,
For the county, it's $11,000.
11,000.
And so we would still be able to use get the information and pull from them. If we didn't have to contribute at all, that'd be wonderful.
That'd be ideal, that'd be
Yeah.
perfect.
And I'd really like to know if our the destinations that where the Sky Valley folks come from, and to what extent does that differ from the people that go to the lakes? Or that come to the rest
Come
of
to
the.
Clayton,
of
yeah.
Clayton,
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Right.
see if our interests are really perfectly aligned with the county. And that would sort of justify, if it's true.
And if our
the
advertising
contribution.
is targeting the right market.
Yeah, I have a feeling that
Yeah.
the lakes, which, you know, they're dead during the week and then they're big on the weekends, that tells me that people are coming from Atlanta and, you know,
Right.
North Georgia. So they can, you know.
Well, especially if we
Be
can
close
get
enough
it
to
without
use it.
having to pay for it, that would keep it the best,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like the marketing budget for Raven County is like, it's near 600,000. So I mean, I know we put in a lot, but so do many other entities.
Yeah.
But if we're attracting from places that the rest of the county isn't.
Sure.
That's a hint for them to do something. If
Yes,
they're getting people from places that we're not, maybe that's a place that we could target. And, you know,
Doug, do you see
the
this?
other question is, you know, compared to what we're paying Doug, and we know we get a great return out of
Yes.
that. Are we getting a similar return on the money that we give to the county,
You mean forward rate?
to forward rate?
Okay.
Yeah, use them interchangeably.
Sorry.
yes,
It's okay,
yes.
okay.
So there was discussion, creating this seems like a good thing, something we should pursue.
And
for
there's
this
still a
one.
handful of people that question the value of the committee and anything we can do to show that we're looking at how effectively we spend the money
Mhm.
is gonna help us and Sky Valley in the long run.
The Ford Raven will pay for it, we're indirectly paying for it anyway, with our contribution.
Exactly.
If they came in,
And it may be better served, because I'll be honest, I don't know how fresh that information is, meaning that,
yeah,
I mean, once you know that. But it spikes, you see like it, 4th of July is up
Yeah.
high. The dead of winter's down low, but it was surprising because there was a lot of people from like Charlotte area, eastern Tennessee, around Chattanooga, of course, there was a lot around Hall County that was coming
Yeah.
this way. But then the August, Florida, et cetera, but yeah, but that was kind of a good way.
Yeah.
Because in a way, it may let you know, okay, well, we've got a really strong presence here. We may not wanna put so much market effort, because what we're doing is already working, we maybe wanna target this area because it's kind of emerging, so, yeah.
but with this kind of information, have you the ability to target certain areas and say, hey, we wanna concentrate, say, North Atlanta, there's an area, is there an area you could emphasize more?
Go ahead, Tom.
Pardon me?
No, I'm just gonna say, I mean, we kind of decided, you know, to make sure it's a drive market.
Yeah.
So we concentrated Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina, Western North Carolina. And then we get some from Florida, so that's been our main
Yes.
target area
Yeah.
in terms of who we're trying to reach. So we're certainly reaching far beyond that, and certainly can see it by the inquiries we're getting. But, I mean, we could do a smaller target and just kind of see.
This also would help us with your real estate, possible real estate
Certainly, yes.
people that may be coming up here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be appropriate information to have, especially if we can get it without having.
One of
to
the
pay.
biggest drivers that we're, and Sharon could probably, not to speak for Sharon,
Yeah,
but a lot of the real estate, new people, they're coming up, staying in short-term rentals, and they're discovering Sky Valley, and then they're buying property.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of houses been sold.
Right.
great.
from that, so I
So-
know that's working.
So when are they, the board ready to make a decision? Is this something, do you know?
She said they would schedule a demo. I don't know if it'll be scheduled for February. Hopefully it will.
We'll know something by maybe our next meeting. Ah, okay, great.
Yeah, cool.
Very good, really sounds positive. Okay, thank you. Next item would be board rated marketing board meeting before Sharon.
We spent some time talking about Placer AI, but mostly we spent, talking about budget and what will be spent for the, 2025. Again, we're gonna continue with WSB, Fox 5, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. All of the travel guides should be coming out soon, and the visitors guides, so new ads are being created for those. They try to, Forward Raven as a whole tries to promote the whole community, what we have. They'll use golf, they'll use horseback riding, birdhouse, but waterfalls, whatever it may be, to try to draw everyone in, not just to one city, but to our whole area, and then we can promote everything there is to do within that. So the budget was a big deal, and then next time they said we will talk about Placer again, and I'm sure we'll mention more of ads that will go in the playbill and Atlanta Braves and different things.
Okay, any questions, Mitch? Very good, thank you. Going on to Reagan County Joint Comprehensive Plan Survey update. Jason, could you update us on that?
Well, when that plan was recently adopted, as you probably all know, I know Lisa was on that committee. That was about an 8-month process. It's really a 20,000 foot plan, very generalized, aspirational in its goals and objectives. So what does that mean? Indirectly, it doesn't really help the marketing committee, the city, but directly it does, because now that we have an updated plan, we remain in compliance with the state with our highly qualified status, which makes us eligible to receive all those grants that we're getting. So, that is the benefit of having that plan. It does, for example, when we updated the plan, there was language added. Again, it's very generalized language, but it's important when you're going after grants, particularly competitive grants, that we recognize that we need to upgrade our infrastructure. So there's language there. So if we're going after a water grant, or if we're going after another sewer grant, these decision makers, they see in that comprehensive plan that the city of Sky Valley is, and it might just be a sentence or two that says to improve our infrastructure. So that's in black, it's on paper, so it's there. It's again, it's a requirement, but it does, again, there's a lot of cities and counties in the state that are not in compliance and have highly qualified status, hence they're ineligible for grants. So it's just another feather in our cap. I was just gonna leave it at that.
Recently, I saw an advertisement for a grant, and poor Jason, he gets these like at 2:00 in the morning. It was for sidewalks, and I thought, how cool would that be if we could get some sidewalks in Sky Valley, like especially going down Sky Valley Way.
Yeah.
I was driving the other day, and there's a lady with a toddler and a stroller.
Yeah.
Going down that hill, and I'm thinking, oh my God, and we don't have the best drivers in Sky Valley, as you all well know, so, anyway, poor Jason.
I'm always thinking that, they're going down the road, not everyone is as good a driver and has good a sense of sight and so
Yeah.
forth, and say, oh.
And that street especially is hard to traverse without hitting in the middle of the road. So anyway, poor Jason.
I know
Things are
you're,
called cart paths instead of sidewalks.
Well, we're talking about that also.
oh. Yes, thank you. Okay, timeshares, Sky Valley update, Daniela, give us anything updated, what's happening?
Thanks.
Go ahead, Molly, add some.
Okay, we're in the process right now of remodeling our units still.
Okay,
We are, for example, Tanglewood H is being remodeled, we're putting down new flooring. The unit's about to be completed. We are painting, and it looks so good. I'm really excited about it. I know that we're gonna have a little bit of issues with the pool before it opens. With the weather, the ice froze in the outdoor hot tub, causing the tile to break. So we're having to fix that before we open, so it's one thing after another.
Oh,
I know.
How many total units do you have?
We have 73.
73.
It's in our fact sheet.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
No, they.
yeah, that's,
So is that two units that are owned by, timeshare users?
it's 73 individual units. They're partially occupied by owners, depending on what we have.
Depending on time of year.
Time of the year, we have more available for rentals, but some weeks we don't,
Yeah.
it depends. But, we're in the process of trying to upgrade overall. It's
Right.
gonna be a piecemeal as time and money is available. Because a lot of the things that we need to do are fairly major projects, you know, and things that have needed to be done for 30 years, but haven't been.
And it's all coming down at once.
It's
so-
coming down.
We use the term deferred maintenance.
Deferred maintenance, there you go. There's a lot of that, yeah.
And I assume the homeowners, I mean, the owners are giving you the money.
And
Completely, but-
reluctantly, yeah. It is a desire to try to keep our maintenance fees as close to where they are as possible, so that, you know, 'cause we have had to go up several times in the last few
We
years.
can identify with that, can't
Yeah.
we, Jason?
But, I have in my association, I have set aside money for improvements, both, overall building wise and internal unit, fixtures and so forth.
How many do you all, does the company own any?
Yeah, we probably have about, I'd say half of their units.
Half of the 73?
Yeah, well, in my building, I have 6 units.
Okay,
Okay, and of those 6 units, we have like 306 possible owners, and we have about half of that. Primarily, the 1-bedroom units are the ones that are most readily available because they are on a lower level, harder to get to, and over time, people are aging out and wanting to get rid of those units. The 2-bedroom loft units that I have, there are a few available, but not that many, and, you know,
you talk about weeks?
weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, we see everything on a weekly basis because that's how our ownership is. Overall, like I said, we're trying to improve as we go.
We're going just slow.
It is,
Not as
slow,
fast as I
and
want,
we've had a heck of a time trying to keep maintenance people.
but-
It's been a real chore. We bring people in, they don't work out, we have to get rid of them or they move on their own. And we try to replace them as quickly as possible, but you know, that determines how much we can get done. We are looking at the possibility of doing more outside contracting to get the work done. But their money is even more of a problem because it's much more expensive if we have to hire outside contractors. I wanted to address the website. I myself learned how the software works that was used to develop our website, and I have made corrections, improved it. I have made a link to the Visit Sky Valley website from our site, and Sharon has made a link from the Sky Valley website to us, so we're getting communication back and forth there. I hope that's going to be very useful. We are in the process of updating photos. A lot of photos are old, and as we make improvements to the units, we want to get new photos in there so that they can see what they really look like. And it's in our plan to try to get a much more timely availability of rental units. Right now, everything has to be handled through the office because they control what is available. They know what's available. We're trying to get to the point where that can be done online so that somebody can get on there and they can say, okay, I want a 2-bedroom unit
Kind of
this
like
week.
VRBO.
Yeah.
I personally tried to look for a rental and could not
Yeah,
access it.
yeah, we tried that at one time and it became a real problem keeping up with the actual availability, and we had to back off from it.
Yeah.
It is a difficult process because 73 units are divided between 11 different associations. And there's ins and outs of owners on a regular basis, you know, especially because, like I said, a lot of people are aging out and they want to get out of it. And We're having some new sales, but the new sales are not near as plentiful as the people that are wanting to get out. It's-
Wasn't there a vote? that
Yes,
was
ma'am.
taken? Could you explain that?
Okay, we did a vote, all of our owners. And, we kind of got a reprieve in the fact that according to our attorney, we were able to vote the units that the associations own separate from the owners. So, and it was inclusive, so. Like in the case where Glen Abbey has 170 some odd
Owners or? yeah, or we-
owners,
we could only vote.
they voted themselves, and then we voted the association units as the board.
And how did it differ? Or
Uh,
did it?
it didn't,
Okay.
actually, we had some no votes, but the no votes were probably less than 10% of the actual owners.
And this is staying with RCI.
It's to stay as a timeshare.
Yes.
RCI is it's a totally different entity.
Okay,
We book through them, they book with us,
okay.
but, you know,
This was to stay as time
it has to
Yes.
stay as timeshares.
Just
And-
between us and the owner.
And that was very important, because otherwise we had to go to tenants in common, which was a real nightmare. You know, nobody owned anything,
We'd all. be-
everybody owned everything, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we very much discouraged that to the owners, and they followed through. And said they want to continue on. Most of the owners that we have been there for many years and want to continue coming. You know, they want it to stay the way it is.
Yeah. And that's our biggest fight, like we had talked about before, is that we have these older folks exactly the way it's curtains, furniture and everything. And then we have these other folks that want to see updates.
Yeah.
So it's a constant battle. Some of those ones
We're
will
trying to tread a very careful line as to what we can improve without upsetting the older owners, but at the same time, to encourage new owners and to encourage rentals, exchanges from RCI and whatever, we've got to update.
It has to happen.
Let's
It
call
has
them
to.
legacy owners.
Yeah, okay, you're right. You are absolutely right, Legacy.
That's all the
So
time.
are you looking for a new job then?
She better not. Go to Ralph Flanders, she disappears.
Two questions.
Yes.
The first is, if a timeshare owner wants to get out of the business, how do they do that?
They have to request to get out, and there is a charge. It's $1,000.
Uh-huh.
Most of them complain, they say that's way too much, but our justification behind it is, we have to pay, the other owners have to pay for the cost of the expenses and everything, and if you're not in here, you need to contribute towards it, and it covers for at least another year.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. So you're asking if someone wants out of their time, their
Right.
week,
Yeah,
all they have to do is pay $1,000 and they're done.
Yeah, that's what I said,
wow.
but they think,
And
There
their
are
contract.
whole entire companies that you have to pay to get out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
contract, and they only have to pay $1,000.
And that's, what's the value of the timeshare? What's $1,000 relative to
I
that?
mean, they only pay like $300 a year.
no.
No, it's more than that. It's
It
more
was
than that?
It was $350,
Right.
10
My
10
grandfather
years
had
ago.
one,
10
so
years
this
ago.
is like 30 years ago.
Most of our timeshares, the maintenance fee is from $600 to $800 a year.
And so you're asking 1,000.
So we're
Well,
asking,
really,
we're asking for at least another full year.
That's it.
is what it
Yeah,
amounts
that's not
And,
asking too much.
It helps. It really does. It
So
covers,
then you all do the legal work?
I do,
Right.
yeah, I do all
Right.
the legal paperwork.
between Danielle and I and one other person, we do all the legal work that's necessary to make the transfer and,
Transfer.
the cost
So
of
very
it,
fun.
the cost of it, yeah,
Yes.
the cost of it from the county is very reasonable.
So the timeshare, that's how the timeshare becomes the owner of.
Right.
Wow.
If a owner decides they don't want to be a timeshare owner anymore, they deed it back to the association. And then the association owns that unit until it's resold.
Okay.
Some will go real well. If I have a week 26, which is 4th of July, I can get rid of that
I
in a
would be
minute.
grateful. to
I can get rid of
have
that in a minute. Now, this week is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
How do you, okay, you have a certain amount of money that you can use for renovation, and what is the source of that income?
It comes from the maintenance fees.
Maintenance fees?
Yeah.
Okay.
The maintenance, I'll explain to you the same way I have to the owners. The maintenance fees have to cover all of the expenses, taxes, insurance, utilities, renovations, anything that has to be done to keep those units up to par and usable by the owners has to come out of the maintenance fee. Now, part of that is covered through the TSSV. TSSV is a management company for the 11 associations. They handle a fair amount of the common expenses, things that happen on a regular. We have over the last year and a half farmed more of that out to the associations directly, like taxes, utilities, and insurance and so forth are being paid directly by the associations rather than through the management company. Just cleaner all around. But as far as the staff that we have is paid for, their payroll comes from timeshares of Sky Valley. And all
So
of
does
the,
that, John, does that include if somebody rents a unit, the rental fee goes into that fund or into a different fund?
It goes directly back to the
Goes-
association.
goes directly back to the associations, yes.
Okay.
And the taxes that we pay to the city come out of that before they get their money back. We made sure of that.
Who gets their money back?
Before the association gets their money.
Oh, before the association, okay.
They pay the taxes, not TSSV. Although that's where the check comes from.
So do you have a 5-year plan for renovation, or how are y'all doing this?
No, we wish we could have a 5-year plan, but like I said, maintenance has been a real problem.
And it's challenging because you have to wait until the unit is vacant.
Exactly.
And you have
That
to
is
go
a
in.
big problem. Right now, in my building, I had to replace the floor in the kitchen of one of the units. And we had to make sure that there was a time available and we
But
had,
it's
last
like-
week,
And then you also have issues with your maintenance people and the people that are doing the work. Yeah, I've done. all
But
the
it's like,
renovations and
we
the
have it
stuff.
available for 1 week, so we can only do so much in that 1 week, and then the next week we have somebody, and then the following week we don't have anybody, so it's like, they're hopping around constantly.
It's not consistent work for the people that you're bringing.
The big advantage is that because we have 11 associations and we have comparable units in different associations, we can shift people. And timeshares does that. They can shift.
Wow, you need
Yeah.
spreadsheets, you need so many spreadsheets that it's.
She doesn't write up here.
You need a whole team, you have like a whole team of people. The fact that you're doing that.
We have an office staff of 3.
Great.
Have a maintenance staff right now of 2. We wish we had 4.
At the time, we get people coming in looking for work, you want us to refer y'all?
If you have
Well, the
people,
problem is that people want to come in and interview, and they set up their own date and time, and then they still don't show
then they
up.
don't show up.
So it's like, why are you?
Or they show up and then when the work is ready, they're not there.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So it's
We've
like-
had that happen.
Well, I was gonna just.
Make an offer to
But
them,
yes.
they don't show up.
Fort Raven has a job board, I don't know if y'all know that or not.
I don't know.
Yeah, cause I know we have about 2 positions in our public works that just continuously just
Uh-huh.
overturn. We're very fortunate we got a full group of guys, we got 1 or 2 that are constantly running that ads in the paper, constantly other sources that governmental, but that is no
Well,
cause. And we've had a couple of people that we typically ask them how they found out about the job, and there's been a couple that found it before Raven.
We have recently been using an online service called Indeed.
Yeah.
We've gotten lots of people referred to us, most, like you said, most of them don't follow through.
Yeah.
They're using it just as a way to keep unemployment coming in.
Yeah, they're on unemployment, they can, as long as they justify they had an interview. they can
Right.
continue getting it.
But we try to keep a reasonable pay scale. We have a large number of holidays that people get paid. But, we do not offer insurance, and that's been a big factor. A lot of people are looking for health insurance, and we can't offer it.
We do
Can't afford
we do a reimbursement.
Do you? Uh-huh.
And so, yeah.
Well, we do some reimbursements, like for uniforms and work clothing. We give employees a reimbursement for that. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I think
insurance is a big,
we share those, we have definitely had to raise the floor on wages.
yeah, we have
Keep
to.
our folks, so we share your plan. Real, I know time going on, but y'all were thanked at the council meeting. I know y'all were there, but I just want to
Yes,
thank
we did.
y'all again for the use of the timeshares, and we had snow.
Yes, we did.
We're probably gonna have two more snow
Yeah.
events.
Well, we try our best to be, we try our best to be a good
Yeah, we
community
did, we
partner.
thanked y'all.
Well,
Yeah.
for what we just spent on, well, for what we just spent on some new snow plows, I kind of, we have one more
Yeah.
in Justice.
Please, they're everywhere. I love it. I see them going by the house all the
Yeah,
time.
so we're.
Y'all did a great job.
Yeah.
So anyway, just thank you again.
Thank you for letting them stay there.
Is it possible for you to budget more for, renovations and then just pass that along?
It's
Or you would get a lot of pressure?
it's a very touchy
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes. Last year in my building, I had to raise the maintenance fees over $100 a year, which hit people pretty hard. Yeah. As a result, we lost some owners that may have continued on otherwise. You know, they just get to the point where.
So it's either we raise the maintenance.
You'll backfill with people
Yeah.
that are fine with $100
Yeah.
because they appreciate the improvements and they
Yeah.
understand.
I think we're gonna have to look more at special assessments for improvements,
Uh-huh.
which we have tried to avoid, because you're already charging $800 for the year, and then you tell them, okay, we need another $200. Yeah, sometimes you can get, most people will cooperate with no problem.
Yeah.
Some will say, no, I'm not gonna do it, you know? And
Do
that's,
y'all do any kind of quality customer service, surveys or anything for people
We-
renting?
we have a sheet when people rent that, you know, we basically give them a checklist of what's there and give us your comments and stuff.
Okay,
Some do,
Most
some
of the
don't.
time they don't.
Yeah,
Most
most
of the
don't.
I mean, so you kind of have an idea.
We have an idea,
Okay.
we don't get many, you can understand, we don't get as many good comments as we do bad comments.
It's just more just updating everything.
Do you have a program where you can send out something after they leave? It's online. They can
We
fill out.
need to, but we haven't so far.
'Cause that's where,
Those are the kind of things we're looking to add right now. We, like I told the mayor when we met over at our place, we're under new management. And we're trying to improve things.
Sure.
I'll be honest, over the years, we've had, well, the managers of the presidents of the associations are unpaid job, and
We can identify with that.
and a lot of people have done the bare minimum, and.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, deferred maintenance.
You can email and you can send out all these texts and all.
Well,
these
that's
things,
another
But
problem.
it's the human element. We have
Yes.
forgotten the human element. It is about people buy from people they trust.
Yeah.
People buy from people they like. So
I-
if someone, if you have a message to send, if Daniela called me, I was like, hey, we love having you. We have to raise our price a little bit and this is the benefit to you.
Mhm.
And we do not want you to leave. Please don't leave. What can we do to keep you?
Mhm.
If you send me an email or you send me a sheet with a bunch of stuff I'm not gonna read, I'm just gonna be like, they don't care about me.
We have probably over 60% of our people, owners, who don't do email.
Yeah.
They just don't. They're older people and they're just.
Legacy.
group.
They're legacy owners. But I have myself and a couple of the other presidents have made an issue out of trying to get more and more people, give us email addresses and communicate on at least a quarterly basis what's happening through
Yeah.
email. And that's been good. It has. I would prefer to do it that way. Because you send the mailing out and most of the time,
Nobody looks.
There's a track.
Yeah, it's the phone, that
Yeah.
texting machine.
Well,
is also
Daniela,
when we did our
how many
vote,
more hours can you put in to make phone calls?
a million. Do it.
I'm working.
therein lies our problem, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I say, we could use at least one more, office staff person, and we could use easily two more.
But I
maintenance.
agree with Lisa, I think that's a great idea, if you can talk to it rather than, since they don't.
I myself have made an issue out of when I'm here. I'm not here every week, but I am here quite often, and when I do, I try to meet owners that I have not met before, you know, and tell them.
Yeah.
Here, this is who I am.
This is what we're trying to
Tell me,
do.
this is what we're trying to do, tell me what you think.
Okay.
And, you know, it's been good, it has. I have added a board member by doing that. Board members are hard to get, because every first question is, do I get paid? How much time is this gonna require, you know?
Yes, we do know.
You know.
Yes, we do.
But, yeah, Timeshares of Sky Valley is making an effort to improve, and we are going to do all we can to be a good community partner.
So the question comes up, in terms of availability of rental units. Obviously for stay and play and so forth, and what we're promoting.
Yeah.
Are we at a point that we could promote that?
Yes,
You said that
but it is, it don't have restrictions, partially because of the timing, you know, how many people are going to be coming for a particular event, and if they want to be all along, the golf course, that's much more difficult. You know, we have units all over, but we don't
Everyone
want-
wants Tahoe Lane,
everybody wants Tahoe Lane.
because it
We've
opens the
got-
golf course.
And we basically have what, 6, 12, 18, 30 units on Tahoe Lane. You know, and we may only have 5 units available, and if they want 10, we can't have it, you know? Not there. They may have to be off of the golf course. Smaller groups, we can figure something out in most cases, not every week, especially during the busier times for the golf course, you know?
Second part of the question is, we were discussing when they were updated, if the committee could take a look at them.
Yes,
When timing wise, where a committee could just go up.
you're gonna have to give us another month or 2 at least.
Whatever it takes.
But, and we may be able to show you some units, but they will not all be updated at that time. It's just gonna be a continuing process. And,
So the whole key for us is that, you know, they have a really positive experience and so many things with Sky Valley. And we want the timeshares to be a positive experience.
I have to brag a little bit, because, I feel the building that I have and one other building are in excellent shape.
So
I
what
would not be-
buildings do you have, John?
I just want,
Just one?
yeah, 6 units. And then there's another building that has 6 units that
A lot of improvements.
done a better job of maintaining, and we have done more in the last 2 years. Some of the other buildings need a lot more work, and, you know, it just varies. And some units within those buildings have been upgraded, but others haven't. It's kind of, like I said, money and time.
Very good. Any other questions? Thank you for the report. Lots of discussion. Okay, the next item would be stay and play inquiries and stay and play accommodations. Ryan?
Yeah, so kind of just going off of what Doug said, we're seeing a massive increase in groups booking, for the summer right now. We just signed Georgia State Golf Association, their biggest event of the year, their end of the year tournament. It's in November.
November?
100 players, all gonna be up here. We need a hotel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously, it's a struggle, just to find places for people to stay.
Yeah.
I had a group of ladies from.
In November, we could probably help some with that, but we couldn't carry 100.
Would you say 100, right?
It's 100 players, it's their biggest event of the year,
Yeah.
so, and they're saying that they're gonna have 100 players.
Mhm.
It's a one-day event, but most of them will come out and stay the night. I had a lady from, Kiwi, Lake Kiwi, their ladies golf group wants to come up in July. 40 people wanna play multiple rounds, looking for a place to stay. I told her, look on Airbnb, they booked at the winery, so they're staying at the winery. Which is good, but again, doesn't help you guys,
Yeah.
different state. So, it's just, it's a constant kind of system of where can we stay? And trying to get them to stay at Airbnbs. That's a tough thing that we've discussed, obviously, is people that have never been up here, they look at a map of properties and they look like they're close together, but obviously we all know they're not that close together. And trying to get 10 people at one place and 15 people at another place, or 5 people at one place,
I know.
it's just hard.
Do you work with the people that own Airbnbs here
No.
or that also manage Airbnb? This is totally self, I manage Airbnb, and I know Sharon does it, other people do. We would be happy to host those people, and I love golfers, but they're not partiers, like, we manage our Airbnb in a responsible way, in keeping with the community. So yeah, they're gonna go on Airbnb and they're gonna see, they're not gonna know what's happening. They've never been here. So a lot of us are on the golf course or in the golf community. I mean, can you have a list of all of the people?
Yeah, we've talked about trying to get a list together. The tough thing is getting the list together. Who's like staying there, in the summer, because the majority of people are coming up here in the summer, where the people that live in those houses are here.
Right.
Yeah, so the people, and the people that I know, they're just year round. Nobody lives there. They're just for rentals.
Yeah,
So they're available anytime. I mean, can you have a list of rentals that are available?
if I had a list,
And go to timeshares first, totally fine, but if you overflow and you have 100 people and timeshares have 50 spots available, send the other 50 to the list.
yeah, the tough thing is that these groups, when they book, they wanna all stay together.
Yeah.
Like 12 guys wanna stay in a house together, or they don't
And there
wanna
are
stay.
homes that will accommodate 12 people.
Yeah, we can't accommodate
I know,
that many.
I know.
We can accommodate
Well,
maybe,
most of yours that are available are one bedrooms,
Mhm.
so.
right. Well, during the summer season, yes. During the winter season, we have some two and 2 bedroom lofts.
So we have homes that have, 4 or 5 bedrooms,
Yeah.
or can accommodate more.
Right.
So we're not taking away from timeshares, and I don't want to, like, I'm all about everyone, we can all be successful. But if there's something that you can't offer that I can, and also vice versa, if I can't offer something, I will send them. And I think it would be very helpful for the people visiting and for you. to
Yeah,
have
I
a
mean,
simple list.
If I had a
Here
list
you go.
of, and we've talked about this.
Yeah.
How many times? If I had a list of, if I had a list of properties and how many it sleeps, at least I can give them a point of what to look for.
Yeah, because they don't know the area and it might be, a
Well,
little bit
that's-
further away, and then they're not gonna like that and be unhappy. We don't want them to be unhappy. Put the timeshares at the top of the list. They can research those first. If they don't have accommodations, then they can go down to the Airbnbs that are in the golf course and available.
Jason, can we get Summer to come up with a list of properties that we have, VRBO? We have a computer company that manages.
We have a list, but I mean, it's just, we've talked about this as
Yeah.
far as privacy.
I mean, we're just talking
Establish-
numbers
Let
and
it wait,
people.
establishing relationships that maybe wouldn't go through Airbnb or VRBO, that we don't wanna see that happen, because then we lose out on the tax money. So the
No, I'm
point
not saying that, it's just to give them an idea of, house A has 5 bedrooms, house B has 4 bedrooms.
But I mean, you could do that, but so can they, if they go online and easily search.
But if they haven't been here before, they're doing a broad, it's broad for them. So they don't really know exactly, and I get messages, can I do a drive-by?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give you my address and you can
Yeah.
just drive by my home and it's empty and it's vacant. You can look at my calendar and no one's there. no, thank you, but you can reserve and I'll give you the address. So people really want to know, and they're like, we're senior citizens. So it's like they're desperately trying to
Or how
prove
many
they're
stairs?
legitimate. I wanna see, does it have, can I access it easily? They're just all questions.
But I think that puts preference on those 12 owners, or it would be 50 owners, and we discussed it as a city, and we didn't think it was like fair to
Okay,
pick some over the others.
so if it's their event though,
What?
and they're hosting the event, and people are specifically asking for that event, well, I see what you're saying.
We refer them
You're right.
directly to Airbnb.
And the other thing is, like, I mean, we talked about this with my board at the golf course, their worry is like, if we, say we have a list of preferred properties and
Right.
5 of them are owned by members, and we send a group of 12 guys there that we don't know who they are.
No.
And they
Yeah,
trash the place, then they
Yeah.
come back to us, like, who are these guys, and we don't want the liability.
Or if you're preferencing your members.
That's not fair to her.
I see the
Yeah.
politics. For me, I'm just like, we can all make money, let's all make money,
Yeah.
but I see there's a lot of.
A little itchy.
To reverse engineer this,
Yeah, we've.
when these people that have these houses, they put their description of the home.
Mhm.
Why don't we just encourage them to say, this house can accommodate Sky Valley players? You reverse, you put the onus on the Airbnb, if they're doing keyword searches for golf, if that description of the house, oh, well, if they're typing, they type in Sky Valley, golf club.
Everybody's.
We don't have golf on there.
Yeah, but I mean, Lisa makes a good point though, like, even if I just had a list of 10 properties that would sleep more than 5 to 10 people, that would help me
But
because.
see, those 10 properties are gonna get hit way more than anyone else, and we don't think as a city, it's fair to say,
Yeah,
because
like I
you have a big house, we'll pick you.
Everybody's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all right, but it's just.
We have a regulatory involvement in this process.
Yeah,
so
Probably members.
Yeah. Just
It
noise.
kind of puts us
That's
in a
the
gray
big
area.
words.
I
Okay.
need the hotel.
No
I
shit.
can see, I can understand exactly what
No,
this is saying.
don't build a
because
hotel.
I had an Airbnb as well, and, you wanna know something about the people you're renting, you don't wanna just give them open access to it. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough, and it's like, not all of our
I've
groups
had
are
people who were great, I've had
senior
people who were.
groups, I mean, we get hit up for bachelor party groups from Highlands, cause you can't play anywhere in Highlands, they're all
Wedding
private.
groups,
Wedding parties,
Yeah.
Leslie at the winery sends me all our groups, big
Right.
groups, and, I'm not gonna say they all trash
Well, how
places,
many, I know,
Some of them
I know the Dillard House is redoing their hotels, and, I forget, Clyde told me how many units, so maybe that would help. So,
Another thing too, we've been having this issue, is that people advertising houses that sleep 10 and 12 people.
yeah.
that goes in the couches.
And then we're finding out, we're actually pulling STR licenses now,
Yeah,
because
And compare it to public,
we're
yeah.
seeing,
Yeah.
because the health department's seeing, wait a minute, they're saying they got 4 bathrooms, there's only 2 bathrooms in the house, so.
yeah.
So we're
Or
dealing
yes,
with-
we could sleep 3 in the basement
Yeah,
closet.
we got a house, we just pulled an STR license from somebody that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, they were advertising as a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. Yeah.
We had a group that plays up here every year, most of them are from Clayton, it's Reeves Hardware is kind of the company that puts it on. And it's a 3-day event, and most of them stayed up here because after the second day, they do like a dinner at the club, and then they do like a bedding Calcutta.
Right.
But they're there till midnight, and they're just hammered. And we had
Put some cots out there.
we had a group of them that went to the wrong house.
Uh-oh.
The door was open,
Oh.
went into the wrong house,
Oh, no.
left trash all over the place.
Oh, God.
And they called us and were like, what the hell is going on with these guys? And we're like, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, kind of takes the onus, but that's why they go through Airbnb, like, you give them the list, they have a choice of wherever they wanna go. They book there, the agreement is between you and them through Airbnb. If anything happens, I'm gonna call Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna call them first, then I'm gonna call Airbnb. But I think, I see that there are a lot of caveats to
It's a tough.
trying to offer.
And I mean,
People
we're
accommodate.
seeing massive growth. I mean, all over this area, like I said in the last meeting, we just signed a deal to get 12 more carts. So we're gonna have 70 carts next year. We're
Right.
maxing out
Right.
what we can do. Because we've had to block tea times on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays all through the summer because we ran out of cars. So, you know, we're doing everything in our power to, you know, maximize what we can do, but.
I saw a bunch of donkeys somewhere in somebody's field, somebody.
Ollie brings up donkeys.
Okay, I
I love
forgot.
it. Change the subject.
I changed something.
You're so good.
We have two members.
Number smartness, that's
I
all.
love it.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
again,
Brian.
we've been talking about it for a year, and
Yeah,
it's great for the growth, but it's tough with.
Yeah, it is.
politicians.
it is.
Sorry, I'm new, so I'm gonna.
That's okay, that's okay, we'll forget all
Throw it
this
out
stuff.
there.
Don't let-
Thank
No,
you.
I understand what you're saying, I get it. It's, you know, I'm the one who's asked, or Mark, my pro, you know, when we get these, get big groups booking, they wanna book golf, food, accommodations all together,
Right.
pay us for everything. You know, like we're a resort, but we're kind of a resort, but we're kind of not a resort.
Yeah,
So,
Not all under one umbrella, that's the problem.
yeah. Other than that, we just signed a deal with Club Caddy, so we are gonna be upgrading our point of sale system. Starting mid-February, we'll go live probably in early April. Our members would know that our website is severely lacking, so this deal includes a brand new website, an app, the Sky Valley app through Club Caddy, where members can pay bills, make reservations, book golf tee times, change any of their personal information, public can book golf tee times on there. GPS will be available off that app. They can
is that
order-
the restaurant and everything?
every part of the club will be
Good.
under this,
Good.
point of sale now.
Cool.
That'd be great.
So what's
Staff
it
will-
called? Point?
No, it's called Club Caddy.
Okay.
So staff won't have writing on paper,
Right.
it'll be an iPad,
Right.
everything's digitized, so.
And then about to point at people and go, who's that person?
Yeah,
What's their number? They always ask me my number, I go, I don't know.
yeah. So that's,
Don't call.
that's
No, I mean my
another
club
exciting,
number.
another exciting thing that's going on, that, to look forward to. And
Yeah.
once we get it all in, we'll send out a training video to everybody, kind of how to use it. It's more user friendly for everybody. Cool.
That's good.
Very, in terms of what we can do marketing on some of these larger groups, you know, helping out in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, so we didn't sign any deals with Georgia PGA this year. I think that senior tournament that we had last year, that we thought was gonna be a big deal, only like 40 people showed up. Just too far for a lot of the people that live in Atlanta. So, and that's what they said.
I mean.
I think the course, honestly, I think the course was too hard. They set it up too hard, and it was like the senior PGA, so, you know, the older golf pros of the state. It was a qualifier for a national tournament, and the Georgia section set the course up pretty difficult. Like, we had 3 people withdraw after the first day because it
Oh, wow.
was too hard. So,
Did you send them to putt-putt?
so we don't have any PGA events this year, but we have a few, state events, so. And with the one in November being the biggest one. And we probably need some help with that, you know, with like, we get some golf balls, goodie bags, all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Money in a budget for that, well,
yeah.
definitely do that. Very
Okay.
good.
And if not, Gordon will pay for it.
Yes. Also, Gordon Lake. Thank you, very good report, thank you. Ready, website update, Sharon, you can bring us up, any changes?
Well, I pulled it up. Obviously, it's updated as things are happening.
Yeah.
I did not, and I should have put yesterday, the fall festival information is there. But this is for the visitors page, and a lot of it comes from, like, this is from Forward Raven. But it gives you just different information about Sky Valley, events near Sky Valley and in Sky Valley. Doug's articles are there, so we try to do that. Information, and just different things going on in the city that, you know, would help. And we update
There we go.
what are your media releases, every article he
Yeah.
sends, I update those as well, so
Looks amazing.
it's all good.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
This is the link, she's.
Don't say too
she
much,
added
she's
for
asking for a raise.
Russ.
Oh,
On her side.
Yeah.
I have bought like hundreds of dollars just from your emails. I love it.
Very good. Okay, Sky Valley, visitor center update, Jason. Anything to update on it?
Well, I'm just, we continue to have a lot of people come in, it's kind of slowed up a little bit. Now that the road's back open, we're probably seeing a little more increase, but,
Yeah.
the longest time, I was trying to get how did I get there, you know, but, that's not really a problem anymore, just a lot of stuff for sale. Sharon continues to turn over new stuff and, can I use the bathroom, you know, the typical stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the GPS has thrown me off how to get the waterfall, but, other than that, I mean, there's still a strong presence. It seems like, it's hard to believe, but,
Make sure we don't leave without a fact sheet.
and, you know, it's, maybe time flies, cause I've been here 4 years, but it seems like this time of year used to be the slow season, but it's not slow anymore.
Yeah.
It's busy
Mm.
12
I
months a
feel your
year
pain.
now.
Not as busy as summer, but still busier.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In other ways.
Used to be in the wintertime, you could ride the roads and there were hardly any lights on in Sky Valley, and that isn't true anymore.
Yeah.
Or you could go to any place in the city of Clayton and there were parking. Now there is no parking.
There was something going on a couple weekends ago. And we saw a spike in water use, and it wasn't because of a water leak. But I forget what it was, but I just know Jerry called me and says they're everywhere. So I don't know, maybe people just coming up and get away, but,
Yeah. I think we have a whole lot more people staying in the wintertime.
yeah.
And like I say, you try to get into a restaurant in Clayton, in the wintertime, it used to be nobody.
Yeah.
Now you can't even get a parking place, you know? I was talking to, the mayor of Clayton, and I said, look, we're all old, and when we want to go down to the restaurant in the wintertime, we want to be able to park, but we don't want to have to walk 42 miles. So he says he's thinking about getting a trolley and having a big parking lot, and he's gonna run the trolley through, so we can get there and not have water.
Just get a couple of them Kubotas with the trailers with hay bales like we did.
Oh, we can do that.
That was a big hit, saved us a lot of money from the.
Very good, thank you. Next item would be the budget. The budget was approved. Thank you. No questions on it. Everyone have a copy of it. I think we sent it out. Everyone have a copy of the budget? They said you got it.
I do not.
Okay, then if we can get a hard copy, we'll get a hard copy.
I'll send it.
Okay, great. That would be fantastic, great. Thank you on that. That's,
Oh, there you go, Jim's got it.
We have some discretionary funds that we'll look at, in terms of possibly, looking at town shares, marketing, we'll see. We'll see all these things. I know I'm talking a little bit what we could be doing, in terms of marketing your efforts. I know you're going into the website, but, those are things that we might want to look at, and, there are funds for that. Okay. The other would be new ideas, marketing programs for 2025. I'll ask this all the time. Do you have anything up now? First of the year, do you have some things that are just burning idea? Jim, you always have some great ideas. What should we be doing this year?
Well, Jason just sent out an email to the effect that we've got we have an extra $118,000, so it's gonna go to the surplus.
We want extra anything.
Well, the caveat of that was, we hadn't sold that $185,000.
Yeah, that's true.
But we did way over what we overperformed on the revenue side.
We did.
But yeah,
It's gonna be hard to do this year.
Yeah, you got that, Jimmy, yeah.
but,
Since you reduced the millage rate, yeah.
particularly, I know we're not in the council meeting, but there's some things coming in the pipeline that may be unplanned expenditures, but,
Well, good try, Jim.
no, this would be more PRLIC, but I'll just, things they have, but you like. But now the water, we have our challenges coming with that too, but fortunately, that's a different fund, not the general fund.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to stop you. Go ahead, Jim, but I had to jump in there.
Well, we have contributed, we paid the $5,000. The city's portion of the contribution that everybody agreed to.
Right.
That deposit was made last week, so that money's in the
Right.
marketing fund. Right now, there's about $26,000 in the marketing account.
Right.
Everybody is paid except the club, not gonna put you on the spot. But anyway, but there's a tax bill. Yeah, we got that, yeah. So I mean, you've got operational, money there. In fact, there's only been one item for this budget year that's gone through, which was the January
Yes.
golf trip. So y'all are sitting pretty good. I sent y'all.
Yes, I was talking
Yeah,
about
and
that.
that's up to y'all.
I'll be talking about that.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah.
Good, so thank you. Looks at this time, there are other funds that are set up, so it definitely comes up. I think this committee really wisely spends the money from the partners here. So we'll look at it. Things are, especially for you, Doug, you see some things that will help us, help promote Sky Valley.
Always trying to
You're always doing it.
change things. so.
Yeah, right.
Gordon, I'd like to mention a couple of things. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you very well.
Yes.
Yes.
Go.
I'd like to mention some free marketing opportunities. And I think Doug was on this with the social media. I don't know how long TikTok's going to be around, but usually these things require, very inexpensive video, YouTube or TikTok or others. But I was looking on TikTok just for the fun of it, and I saw this little video. It's a minute and 50 seconds. It was put up, and it's put up free. And what it says here, it's a thing that starts off with a quote. Georgia, this is University of Georgia, it's saying, it was put up by an alum. Georgia's new starting quarterback has 14 cows and 300 miles on his truck. And this is about Gunnar Stockton from Tiger, Georgia. And it says Gunnar Stockton is the definition of a humble small town kid living his dream. Now, whenever you do social media, you typically need influencers or some kind of heroes. And we've got this kid down there who loves Clayton, and he loves the area. I'm wondering if we could get him up and put a golf club in his hands, and some other kids who might play golf at the University of Georgia.
Paul, I want to thank you for that. I was watching the game with Gunnar, and I was sitting at the bar with a friend, and behind me, his family that lives here was screaming. I can't hear anymore. They were screaming at them, so they live here, and it's all a part of their family, right? We have a lot of social media influencers who live here or are family of people who live here. I have a friend who her daughter travels the world and she posts about Sky Valley. Why don't we tap into those free resources? I agree with you 100%. We just have to bring them in.
You're absolutely right. We've got some influencers. We also have people who have a large following, and it could be from any university. It could be from any of the areas that we talked about. And I would think that one of the issues, if the issue is not knowing about Sky Valley, then you would have an opportunity for lots of people to know about Sky Valley. We lived in the area in Sapphire Valley for years, my wife and I, and we really didn't know about Sky Valley. So it's the issue of attention. Now, you know, the influences, I don't know how many of you watch football. I watched a lot of football over the holidays. And I'd asked you, what's your favorite television commercial? Anybody know? Anybody say? You know, my favorite is the Nick Saban commercial on Verbo.
Yeah.
That's a killer commercial. It is really funny. And the funny thing about the genius behind it is that it's a Verbo commercial, but it talks about how horrible some of these places are, not Verbos, but the other places, you know, where you got the guy in the hot tub with the family. So,
Which is totally not true, but they did a great job. They influenced for
so
sure.
I just think that Doug is on the right track with social media, especially small video clips that can be done for free, and areas where, and you know, maybe Gunnar Stockton is our hero. I don't know if it's Gunnar or others. I know Nick Saban played, but he's out of our ballpark for free stuff. But I think it would be fun to involve some college kids up here. I know that that we're doing that now, but college kids have a lot of following, and of course, you know, when I think of the University of Georgia, Florida, others, they've had lots of good professional players. I don't know if Bubba Watson or any of those people are even out of reach, but it would be fun to have some of them as advisors, maybe online on Zoom.
I think that's great, Paul, or even do a video on WSB, which everybody
there you go.
watches. Yeah,
Yep.
that would be good.
Yeah.
Kent Warner is a commissioner in Raven County, and his son is on a professional football team. I don't know which one, but
Jack,
yeah. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Even outside of football,
Yeah, I
even
think
people who-
Kentucky basketball would be good too.
who knows them?
Nick Saban player, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played 3 times last year, but he deliberately calls ahead and tells us, I don't want to talk to people, I don't want to.
Anybody know? Yeah,
He goes out before everyone goes out,
yeah,
we have to keep it kind of hush hush.
yeah.
this is understandable.
So, yeah.
But that would mean we couldn't do a video of him to use, maybe.
Hide in the bushes and stuff.
He's fine for the video. Just don't talk to him. He goes drown.
I mean, I understand, he's a super nice guy, but like, my bro Mark works at Waterfall. So he knows him really well.
Right.
So he'll call and just come out.
No, I'm just saying he could maybe show up at 6 o'clock in the morning, say, this is wonderful, swing a club and go home, you know, kind of thing. Anybody.
Paul, excellent idea.
Good idea, Paul. You get extra
Yeah.
money, Paul.
So follow
Thank
up,
you.
what do we do? Oh, so follow up. Okay, what's the next step? I think it's a great idea.
I do too.
How do we influence an influencer?
Yeah, and who is it?
Well, I think we ought to talk. What about Gunnar Stockton? Why don't we do something with him, you know, right away if his family's here? Have him brainstorm with us and film it. This- You can look up on TikTok and see the.
I know his cousin.
You know his cousin?
I don't know her, she just screamed my name.
He's part of
He
the,
hangs out at
he's part of the football family.
Yeah, well, don't you have a person in your family that's part of that?
Yeah, but that's my daughter.
Come on, Jason.
All right, get on that, Jason. You don't have anything else to
Jason,
do.
That's Jason decided for our next meeting. I
Yeah.
think it's a
Well, you
great
know,
idea.
hey,
Thank you.
not drag this on, but last time I tried to use that favorite do-all,
Yeah,
the price of the truck went up. When his family members talked to them, hey, you know, your daddy and my granddaddy were brothers, so, anyway.
it was like, yeah, that'll be $2,000 more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very good. Thank you for the report. Okay, let's get on. We're running a little late, but it's good stuff we're talking about. Other business, and there's several things in other business. The first thing I wanted to compliment Sharon on the Sky Valley Times. magnificent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to look at it. I don't know where she gets all the ideas, but man, really good.
She dogs us till we do what we're supposed to do.
And this goes on, obviously, onto the website and so forth, yeah, it's really
She
good.
sends it out email too.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Next item is, Jason received several, I guess, funding requests, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Jason, the first one was, from, and then he talked.
One was a donation, but one was.
Donations, yes, you call it donations, they call it something else, but,
What do they call it, Gordon?
well, here's the first one. Yeah. Here's the first one we got from the Atlanta Braves. Teen yearbook. This is a souvenir magazine that will be available inside Truett Park. Unique part about baseball is the longevity of the season. It runs through the year. It says here, the perfect vehicle.
Oh, I thought you meant they were donating to us.
Perfect deal, begin the team, establish presence inside the stadium and reach millions of Braves fans. This would be a great for Sky Valley. Wow, we're getting targeted because it gets us in front of millions of fans and leisure travelers. It would show why Sky Valley is the place to visit.
Ford Rankin does advertise there, so.
That's true.
And it's quite expensive. I don't know if they.
So a half page ad is $2,500. So this was just something, yeah, look at it.
Originally it was 20, I thought it was now.
Pardon me?
Originally it was gonna be over 20, but
I was gonna say,
20,000 down to 2,500.
yeah.
So is this something we?
Good job, Jason.
Yeah.
y'all wanna do that, leave it.
Yeah. Well, it's,
Jason, we called Jason Monty Hall, and so I was calling him that the other day, with one of our young guys that works for us, he's going, who? I said, I'll get Yeah. Okay.
Is it something, trying to target the North Atlanta market? I don't know, I'm just throwing it out. Is it something, it's a lot of money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think it's advantageous to us?
I'm sorry, moved your bag.
10% y'all's
It's a
budget.
yearbook?
Yeah.
No, if it was directly related to the Braves Stadium,
Yeah.
I would think it would be beneficial.
Most of it-
Yeah, next.
The what?
Most of it, table that, your book too.
table it, just go.
Okay, go on to the next one. Okay,
Yeah.
it's there, it's a lot of money, we maybe get one visitor, maybe one or two, just, I don't know. Would we recover, I always say, would we recover our cost? Okay, Jason, I don't respond to that.
He said he's gonna call me tomorrow, I'll just tell him that it was discussed, but at this time, we're gonna pass.
Who is it, Jason?
Okay.
His name it's,
The separate request for funding, this comes from the, we need donations for the winter I don't know how you pronounce that, winter Chautauqua silent auction. Pardon me? Chautauqua. We can read it. This is a great way to promote business destination tourism in your area while supporting the Northeast Georgia mountain travel. It's a silent auction. I looked at it from the standpoint, what's there? They have the minimum retail value for a silent auction is $75. We get something, I was thinking maybe money wise, possibly we could have a couple rounds of golf and maybe make it worth someone would want to sign up, set an auction. And maybe a couple rounds of golf and watch a couple
What
lunches.
does it benefit?
Yeah.
Northeast Georgia Mountain Trail.
Northeastern Georgia.
Okay.
And
I mean, I'll throw in a gift certificate for 4 people, that's $450.
We're northeast.
I can do that.
Get her maybe throw in a hat or two.
Yeah.
Whatever it says.
this is something they want to bring them up, they probably get people here,
Do a nice goodie bag or something.
yeah, goodie bags, we could maybe have lunch or maybe, what would be appropriate, or a couple rounds of golf?
How do they advertise their stuff? I mean, I've never heard.
What area?
They're out of the, essentially, this is part of the Northeastern Georgia Mountain Travel. You know, they essentially this area.
Have any of you ever heard of
All of-
this?
all of the
I've never heard of
Northeast.
it.
Helen,
I've never heard
Helen,
of it.
Helen
So
is involved in
I'm
this.
thinking Helen, which is separate from where we are. People go there and they go here, but they,
Don't go
So
here.
you say when-
yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I'm,
But it could be a day trip if someone wanted
There's-
here, bid on it, and then they
That's
wanna
not
come
far.
here.
I received some, where there was replies,
Yeah.
I got emails saying a golf club in Helen is gonna donate something. I wanna say Delonga, I think there was something in Delonga, they're
Yes,
gonna donate
right,
something, so
right.
there's,
yeah.
it's these type of entities.
What do you say, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll throw a foursome, out there. I mean, it's
Okay,
worth
well, we
450.
do that.
You got a
If
foursome.
you guys want
And
to
we
throw
can
it.
provide, I think if we can provide, maybe lunch for them, maybe that, we could go ahead and.
Well, the tough thing with that is when they do that,
Yeah,
we don't have an idea when they're gonna come up.
okay,
So if we have an event that day
yeah,
and it's closed off and they can't have lunch, it just.
Got it.
It becomes a
Maybe a
sore
goodie
spot.
bag,
Yeah, like,
Goodie
well,
bag.
I can email Sharon a foursome
yeah.
that's good till the end of the year.
Yeah, put that in there along with a couple hats.
Yeah, and just do a goodie bag, that's fine.
and we'll share, the marketing committee, we have some money, so it doesn't have to come out of your pocket, so
Well, it
we'll.
doesn't come out of my pocket at all, I just, what we want, we just wanna make sure that when we donate, like we do like Special Olympics, we do all these other charities, it's going to a charitable cause.
Yeah,
Like, the money that they're raising at the auction is going towards something.
got it,
If it's going towards a travel company that's making more money off of it, it's kind of,
got it.
I'd rather not do that.
Who runs this organization? I've never heard of them.
It's-
Anybody else heard of them?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ryan. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
we're at-
goodie bags,
all
hats,
right.
and foursome.
So if you want to keep it simple,
So,
couple
And
hats,
you'll follow up.
save about all, so.
response on that, Jason, you'll follow up with them, yes? And tell them what we're gonna do? Jason, you were.
I can, yeah, I mean, I can do that, I mean, I was just.
Yeah,
it's,
Okay.
So how do we get all this to them?
Oh, it's in Gainesville.
that would be,
It's in
Jason,
Gainesville, that's what it looks like.
Jason, you.
I mean, I'll just respond to them and say
Yeah.
that,
Gateful address,
that we had our meeting and that,
It is
that the
PO
club is
box,
willing to offer a full.
We are in their travel guide.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, alrighty, I'll take care of that, raise, no other, any other business? That was mine.
We do a lot.
Any other business? I know we're running long. Okay, all right, we're getting down to the end here. Next meeting date, Thursday, February the 27th. We okay on that?
It's on my calendar already.
Yeah, it's on the net.
Happy
I will
birthday.
probably be,
Pardon me?
I said, that is my birthday, I will probably be out of town.
Okay.
Zoom
Be able to do it, Zoom?
I likely will not zoom in, Jason. Why don't you zoom in on your birthday?
You got, you want
He's
to
a guy,
that?
We were plowing,
I did
we
when I
were
was
plowing
younger.
snow on my birthday.
I used to work,
my birthday up here.
listen, I used to work every birthday and 3 years ago I decided not to.
Mine was the
so.
10th of January. when we
It's
got
fine,
6 inches of
every,
snow.
yeah, I will get caught up
Our dates are usually the last Thursday
Thursday
of the
of
month.
every month,
Of the
yes.
month, start at 10. Well, I want to say this meeting, very good discussions, lots of stuff going back and forth. Thank you, Lisa, John, contributing, everyone's contributing, good stuff. Do I hear a motion to end the meeting, during the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay.
After a
Okay.
meeting.
All in favor, say aye. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Paul.
And Harry?
Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon.
And Jack?
Jack, I see Jack.
Okay, you're gonna say bye now, 'cause they're going.